Chad, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing this morning? Bianca, good morning. Awesome to have some new viewers. New week. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Finally managed to sort out the stream. So we'll be seeing Keegs' screen as well. Very good addition due to popular demand. The guys want to see that screen, and that's what we're giving you guys. So just a standard audio check from Mo. No negative feedback as of yet, so I'm assuming that we are good on the audio front. There is a bit of an echo going on. Mo, they say there's an echo. I don't know. No echo. Alright. Sweet guys, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. And I think we're gonna kick off this week. FOMC Wednesday. And today not much going on. Let's just go through what we've got going on this week. I think all eyes on Wednesday, FOMC, that's going to be the big one. And then today nothing much, so it could be a slow start to the week. Tuesday we've got RBA meeting minutes, and then we've got some building permits, some CAD news, also relatively light. And then obviously Wednesday, the big one, we've got CPI coming out of the UK. Quite a bit of data on Wednesday, so obviously pound in focus Wednesday morning. We'll be focusing on pound, and then obviously later that evening, big one, not Fed minutes, interest rate decision, FOMC. I think the big one for Wednesday is going to be the actual monetary policy statement afterwards. So Powell talking about where they see rates going and obviously their projections. So big one Wednesday. So I think everything's leading up to Wednesday, and then after Wednesday we'll obviously have all of that spillover volume. And then on Thursday, geez, busy week. Bank of England rate decision, so they're expecting to hike a further 0.25, so just keep that in mind. Fed expecting to keep rates the same, 5.5, 5.5. And then on Thursday, Bank of England. So could we see the pound starting to pull back this week? Just keep that in the back of your head. And then on Friday, so yeah, from Wednesday onwards, busy week ahead, and I think it's going to be a good one. Had two tabs open on the same side. Sweet. All right, guys, without further ado, Keegs, just give us an audio check there on your side. Just want to make sure your audio is good.
Yeah, testing. 1 2 1 2. All good.
All good, Mo. Sweet. All right, guys, DXY on the week. I am bullish on the week, and I'm going to tell you why. We've broken and closed above this previous area of resistance right here. So let me just mark that out for you guys. So broke above, closed above. We've got this week to fill. I would say that is my weekly target for DXY, 105.90. even potentially 106. And on the day, let's quickly look at where we are on the day. So keeping in mind we are bullish on the week, I want to see a retest of 105. I do think for some reason we'll pull back into this area for further potential bullish continuation. And could this maybe be the top for the dollar this week, 106, and then start a pullback, because we have been bullish. I think it's almost 9 weeks. If you look at it, the dollar has yet to make any type of pullback. That's 3, 6, 9 straight weeks of bullish continuation. So daily bias is bearish. Obviously Friday closing bearish, failed to take out that eye, but again we can still potentially push bullish. Either for the start of the week we can push bullish to then reverse, or we can do the pullback up until Wednesday to then continue bullish. US 30, let's jump straight into it. Weekly time frame. So this area has been an area of contention for the past couple of weeks due to the fact that this was a previous major rejection zone. We have now managed to hold above that area, and last week closing weak bullish, but nonetheless we did close bullish, and we cannot deny the fact that there was bullish momentum at one stage, taking out the previous week's high and then pulling back. Also have an open gap here, it seems, so I'm gonna go bullish on the week. I'm gonna go with the bullish bias on the week for US 30. Daily time frame, let me look at what we've got. Daily is clearly bearish, rejecting this prior area of resistance right there. Support down here, so I'm going with a bearish daily bias. We'll come back to all of the levels on the lower time frames. Still need to mark out the weekly pivot. Asia range, let's quickly mark out our Asia range. Asia highs up there, Asia low down here, and we do have a little open gap here. I don't know if you guys see that right there. So there's an open gap that still needs to be filled. Keep that in mind. So bearish on the day, still within the Asia range, nothing much there for me now. We'll get back to it. Nasdaq weekly time frame, clearly bearish, so 2 consecutive bearish weeks. As you can see there, that's a confirmed resistance for me. Also, if you pull this through to the left, that is a previous support area now turned resistance, and I'm going to go with the bearish weekly outlook on this. Daily time frame, let's quickly jump to the daily time frame. Ooh, very nice. Nice break of structure. This one day basically engulfing almost 2 weeks worth of price action. That is, yeah. So I am bearish on the day on Nasdaq, bearish on the week. Just pull this up. Lower time frames, let's quickly look at what we've got going on. Still within the Asia range, so GBP USD weekly time frame, let's quickly grab the weekly time frame, see where we are. Again, continuing with the bearish momentum. Could this be the week where we flip to create some type of pullback? But again, I am bearish. We were bearish since we broke that support right there. We were bearish once we broke that support right there on the weekly time frame. And again, remember guys, time frame or price is fractal, so what you see on the weekly doesn't change what you see on the 5 minute. All of the same principles still remain. So again, two bearish weekly closures. I do expect, with the policy divergence coming in where the Fed is pausing rates and the BOE, Bank of England, still continuing rates, we can still see a push up. No bottom wick on GU, so very easy to trade this down lower. I'm going with a bearish bias on the week. Daily time frame, let's just look at where we are on the daily. Daily is also clearly bearish, and I think from a daily perspective we can come all the way back down to 12320. So bearish on the week, bearish on the day. Let's see where we are. Maybe we catch some trades even today. Asia range high, that's also where the pivot is sitting. Asia low down here. Gold, let's look at gold. Right, gold has been an interesting one, and I think right here I'm going to do my analysis, and then I'm going to give Keeks opportunity as well to run through his gold analysis. But for me, we are still technically bearish. If you go to a line chart, you will still see that we are taking out lows. We have not yet taken out highs. I think it was a couple of weeks back, I actually thought that this could be the potential to start breaking higher. And still remember, I told you guys, depending on how deep we pull back here, and if we then break structure again to the upside, then there's a definite shift in market structure, but we haven't had that. So still bearish, but here's my thing now. Last week closing bullish and closing above this area right here. So looking left, closing above that area, holding that level of support. I am going to go with a bullish outlook on the week. And my weekly targets will be somewhere here, 1940. And then I do think if this week does something like this, for instance, and we could close above this area, clearly bullish, then we've got a nice break of structure to the upside. So I want to lean towards a bullish bias for the week. Daily time frame also nice and clearly bullish due to the fact that we've closed above that area. So after breaking structure here, failed to respect this level, closed bullish. So I'm thinking we can push really all the way up to 1942 unless we start breaking structure lower. So on a daily bias, I'm bullish. And I'm going to go to my lower time frames, and then I'm going to head over to Keeks to do his analysis for you guys on gold. So currently trading above the daily pivot, trading at the Asia highs. Asia highs will be your contention zone for this morning, and unless we pull all the, I wouldn't want to see it pull all the way back to the pivot. I would want to see this bullish momentum continue. So we'll monitor that. I'm going to go over to Keeks. Keeks, you live. Feel free to.
Hey, what's up, guys? So yeah, a little bit different, yeah, but now we can change up the colors and we can get in the zone. So let's just bring this down here quickly so you guys can see. So what I'd be looking at here for the week is almost something very similar to Chris, but my weekly I'm actually neutral, where my daily I'm bullish. So the reason I say I'm neutral in the week is if you get here, you've clearly got this market momentum. You're just creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. But this is where we've now thrown the span in the work. We had this weekly support area which is quite strong, so you can see how we rejected off it. Every time we were closed above, it's been bullish. So we rejected, turned momentum around. We broke above, which this could have just been a very dirty fake out, and closed above. We came back, retested, and closed above. So like Chris said, we closed above this key area over there. Let's just see, why is it not zoom in? There we go. So if you can see there, we closed above it, which is very, very important. But the problem and what I don't like is that we do have the possibility to go and fill this wick down here. So there can still be quite a bit of momentum down here again before we even continue. We could have another week where, or something like this, you can kind of have that wick come down all the way to about, yeah, even maybe all the way back to the support, and then continue up, especially the fact that we've got FOMC this week. So that is definitely something to be aware of. But on the day when we drop down, you'll see, yeah, it starts showing very, very clearly. So again, how we had that momentum, lower highs, lower lows, we bottomed out and then momentum changed, creating that channel structure, going up again. Now we came back down again, as I mentioned, but this was the thing. We retested this area, came back down, and we never made the new lower low. So this is where that whole also neutral comes in, is when you can see it, you can see the momentum started to swap. So as Chris said, if you had to go to a line chart, this is pretty much very bearish, but these are the signs that it's trying to fight, it's trying to hold. And again, psychologically, yeah, is that 1900 area. So we are going to hold that again. This isn't going to be given up very easy. We saw that in the beginning of the year almost. So yeah, there is the possibility if we can start getting daily key levels, and I'd even say, yeah, like Chris mentioned, this 1940 area, if we can get a nice close above here, definitely 100% that I'm bullish. We can go all the way back up again. But I feel this area is going to become quite a ranging market. So this whole area, as you can see, it's a very, very ranging market right now. So the biggest thing is we have all this bullish momentum. So now we're just going to wait and see if we can eventually break out here and get that breakaway market. Until then, there's always going to be the possibility of coming back down. So this isn't going to be a day for any swing trading. If anything, basically try and do your scalp trades for the day. So for example, if something was like this, what I'd be looking at for the day is if I can come down, so we can see there we are above the weekly pivot. We are now getting close to the R1. So if we have to drop down, let's even go to the 1 hour. Let's see what we can find here. So we are starting to get a lot of momentum. We had our slight pullback, so a lot is already looking very smooth there. Let's change over, put the sessions on. Okay, so we had our Asia lows, we moved away from it quite comfortably, set the Asia high. So what I probably would look for is something to come back very, very similar to this, probably over here, and retest. But again, this is going to have to wait for candle confirmations because we are so close to the daily pivot. So either it's going to retest and it can hold the Asia lows, or break down, almost fake out, retest the pivot and turn around. So that's probably what I'd be looking to go long for the day. Chris, I think you muted, eh?
Shit, guys. Now I need to do that again, but that's fine. I'll do it for you guys. So, need to be more alert. So, what I said on the weekly, guys, I am bearish on GJ due to the fact that we've closed strong bearish. We've broken support to the downside. We failed to close above this area on the weekly. If you look left with me, we've already tested it now this morning. So I'm going with the bearish bias, and I do feel 182.32. That's our first target. And then after that, 180.69, our second target. So clearly bearish on the week. Daily time frame, also what I mentioned was that we closed bullish on Friday, but see how we closed below that area of support right there. And also if you look left with me, we closed below that previous area of resistance here. So nothing indicating that I want to go long this market. I actually want to see today's candle take out Friday's low, and I do feel like if we break that low, 182.80, that area, we're going to see a lot of volume come into the market. So my idea is for this market to push back up. Hopefully we get that. I really hope this thing does not just run away now, but if we can get something like this into the open, 15-minute shuffle right there, break of structure lower, I want to execute some shorts from here. I want to get it as close as possible to the Asia lows, and I also mentioned we can potentially get another 80 pip runner on stream today, because I feel once we break this 182.80, this level right here, you're going to see a lot of volume coming into the market, and I'm going to at least go for 182.20 down here. That's going to be my target, 80 pips. And that is my idea for GJ. USD JPY, let's quickly finish up so we can mark out our weekly pivots. Tricky one. I do feel it's going to be a very, very volatile week. You're going to see a lot of price movement. For the guys that have traded with me, weekly candle closures like this, very small body, big wicks either to the downside or upside, massive volume to that. This week is either going to be a massive rejection to the downside, something like this, or it's going to be a massive move to the upside to potentially even go and fill that wick right there. So I'm already telling you guys now, it's going to be a big volume week for UJ. I have to still go with bullish due to the fact that we created this low, we tested it, we took out the previous week's low, we took out the previous week's high, we did close bullish. I'm going to go with bullish on the week. Daily time frame also bullish, closed above this previous area of resistance right there. So bullish on the day. 5-minute time frame, let's look at what we've got going on right here. So 5-minute time frame, trading below the daily pivot. Accumulation distribution, however, still very nicely bullish. And if we can keep that, I would actually love to buy it from here. 147.50. I'm going to set some alerts right there. 147.50. That is the area where I would like to clip it from to the long side. And USDZAR, last one. Weekly, I am bearish due to the fact that we did not hold this previous area of resistance right there. As you can see, we closed below it. No top wick. I do feel for some reason we can push up to create a top wick and then flip bearish, but I'm going to go with bearish on the week. Daily time frame, I am also going with bearish, but again, this right here for me is almost like a little bit of a fake out where we broke structure, we didn't continue lower, we actually made a bullish engulfing. So interesting interesting. I'm almost going with like neutral on the day.
Chris, just a quick one. How many viewers do we have at the moment?
22.
22. So what would you say is a realistic amount of likes to ask for?
I would say at least 15. Where's the like setting?
Yeah. Okay, guys, if we can get 15 likes, so for those that were on the stream on Friday, I dropped a little bit of a gold strategy for you guys, but that was like the very basics of it. There is kind of the next level of it, and that setup could possibly play out today. So if we can get 15 likes, Chris can change over a bit later, and I will run through that little strategy for you guys and drop a little banger there for you.
It's only going to cost you guys 15 likes. We don't charge money. Our currency is likes. So USDs are still clearly bearish, trading below the 80. Nothing I like here due to the fact no top wick. But that is the analysis, guys. We're going to wait. I'm honestly feeling like we're going to get something on GJ. And EU for almost let me grab EU for you. I almost forgot. Just the standard EU analysis. All right, almost. This one is especially for you. Right, weekly time frame EU. Let's look at it. Last week, obviously, you can see this is an area of contention. You had resistance there. You had resistance again. You found support. Last week, closing below that area. Massive top wick trying to regain that level. Failed. I'm definitely going with a bearish bias on the week. Where can we target? First target would be the weekly wick fill down here. Second target is going to be down here. So if you want to swing this week, definitely bearish on the week. Daily time frame, we closed bullish, but however we broke new lows. We could push back on the daily time frame all the way up into this zone here, or even a little bit deeper. But ultimately, this is bearish. We can even see a structure break today occur. No bottom wick, so easily bearish for me. Today can close something like this, making it very easy to trade it tomorrow. Lower time frames, let's quickly look at what we've got going on the lower time frames. 5 minute. Already took out Asia highs, reversed from Asia highs. Daily pivot sitting just below the Asia lows. Almost what I would say is I would want to see something like this occur. A very strong break below Asia lows, below the daily pivot. And then on the retest, I would want to see if we find some rejections there. And I would target last week's low as the first target. That's your low hanging fruit. Only thing is your 80 is still relatively bullish, but that can flip. So I would wait for something like this. I wouldn't mess around with it. Yeah, I would wait for a clear break lower, and then I would trade it from the daily pivot, Asia lows. Guys, that's the analysis. 3 minutes to go to the open. Let's see where we are at the open. DXY at the pivot. I'm pretty locked into GJ this morning. Not gonna lie.
You know, if one thing, I'm just glad to hear it's GJ and not GU.
Yeah, you think I should? Ah, GU. Gigs, I looked at my challenge account and I was actually up 7%. I'll show you my high watermark. But anyways,
You just decided you were like, nah, I don't want to pass this. Like, I want to make this interesting for myself.
where did I put my water bottle? Is it? Chad, how was the weekend? What did you guys do over the weekend?
Sure. I actually set out like a EJ trade earlier. Chris actually still asked me if I was taking the trade. I was like, no, I'm looking at it like it's a possibility. Damn, the thing's starting to move nicely though. Would have been a beautiful entry.
I do think we can get a retest though, because that's a similar structure to what we've got on GJ.
Yeah.
Am I on mute? No, fuck bro, don't tell me I'm on mute. Am I on mute? No. Wade and Cave, you on mute? I think maybe you muted on your side. I was on mute, but I think we should be good now. It was good weekend, watch tons of rugby and then just work. What about you? Yeah, same with me. Very good weekend in terms of sport. Obviously Fiji beating Australia, what a day. And then obviously Romania, I honestly didn't think we were going to struggle against them, and we didn't, but I would say the big game for me on the weekend was the Fiji-Australia game. All right, guys.
I think that was like the highlight of the weekend.
Okay, markets are open. Best of luck for this week, everyone. May it be a good one. Stick to your rules, trade your plan, the results will follow. If you have not yet joined the Discord link in the bio. We refreshed the Discord a little bit. I put out my trading plan, updated trading plan with the flashcards. Feel free to check it out. All completely free. And yeah, a lot of good things still to come to the Discord channel. So do check it out. Bianca, it is in the description of this video. If you go into the description, you'll see the Discord link is there.
Yo, you don't understand that how excited I was this whole weekend. I was just like looking at US City just to get back into it again this week and keep growing the account.
Yeah, guys, Geeks was sneaky. He did a little leapfrog there on me last week. I must actually deposit my account today.
Nah, but it's gonna be a good week now. I mean, like I mentioned on Friday, for those people that don't like understand really the fundamental side of things. But basically, the news that came out the end of last week was very, very good in the sense of that manipulation is kind of going to really start to slow down. So the markets really will start respecting that structure and technical analysis a lot more. So it definitely should, in a way, get a little bit more easier, if you want to say that, moving forward. Now, Chris, so what those likes sitting at now?
16 likes, yeah. So
Hey,
16 likes.
okay. Well, Chris, when you're ready, you can change over then. I can show them some little gold, yeah.
Sweet. Let me flip over to you, Kicks.
Okay, guys, so as you can see, we're on gold now. So remember last week I was talking to you guys about a day count. So this is something your big Wall Street boys use. It's a little bit of a strategy they have, and it's something I learned. Is now when you look at the 50-minute in the sessions, now that's purely why I use the Sonar Lab sessions. Purely the reason why I use this one is because of this. So now you can see, I remember I spoke about setting out the low of last week. You can see, so this is all the way till, let's just try to crunch this in a little bit here. Okay, so we can see there's Monday. Monday started over there, and that was actually the high. We got very close on Friday, but we didn't take it out, so that still was the high. Then it came down to Thursday, London, New York session. We made the low of the week. So like I mentioned, we marked those two out. So as you can see, we did move away from the low. Okay, so at the end of the day, we can take that out. It's not there anymore. The high is still intact. Okay, but remember, as you always say, as you start retesting the area, so if let's just say over here quickly, just same as market structure, when you start doing this, back down, up, you can see how it's getting weaker and weaker until you're going to get that breakaway. So in theory now, you're doing the same thing, it's just over a bigger scale. So that high is there, but if you can see, we got very, very close. Came down, we retested it almost. We're going to hold this now, and that's again with this whole bullish thing today, is either we're going to hold you the whole day till New York session comes in and we're going to break away, or we're going to come down, gather all that strength and momentum we need, and then we're going to get that big push. When we say big push, this literally can be a move that's going to finish up about here. If this plays out, I'm telling you, end of the day, we'll be sitting 1940. So what happens is you have green setup days, red setup days. Keeping it very quick, red setup means basically the day was a bearish day. Green setup means it was a bullish day. So you look at the open and the close of the day. Okay, I don't know why that jumped. So now, there was a false break reversal, meaning we took out the low of the week, but then reversed and closed back above. So you can see we opened here, we came down, we took out the low, came back above and closed above, meaning false break reversal. A lot of people would have thought, oh, they're going to get retest and sell off. They all got clipped, so they're out of it. Now you're going to see, so what happened? Momentum becomes positive, we become bullish. The next day needs to be another green setup day, a day 2, which all we want to see is it needs to be bullish, which it was. Look where we opened, look where we closed. You can clearly see it's a bullish day. So we'll write there, green setup day, day 2. Now day 3, this is what we call the trigger day. This is where you're going to pull the trigger and you're going to buy. This is when the big move's going to come. So all we want to see is, in theory, this should repeat these 2 days. It's a 3-day cycle and then it will reset. So on the day 3 will come the big move. And that is why we are literally retesting a high of last week, which has been intact for a whole week. It needs to be broken now, and literally it has come on day 3, really showing that there can be a very, very big push today. Sorry, I don't know why my mouse keeps hacking out and dragging me to the side. But as I mentioned, so you can see it is retesting. We're holding. This time we didn't get pushed all the way back down. We stayed in the area. So now what we can see, like I said, is either we're going to stay at the whole London session, and New York we're going to get that breakaway. We might even break, retest, and then break away. All come down. But I'm telling you now, guys, today will definitely be a bullish day. Just on the fact you're going to follow continuity of these two. I've given you that, already told you what today is going to do. And in saying that, it shouldn't even come down and take out the lows of Asia. If that does, you should be careful, because it can reset already. It doesn't mean it has to do this, but this is almost a 90% play out that it will. But as long as the lows stay intact, then this thing is going to go to the sky today. So just keep a lookout for that.
Short kicks. I hope you guys listened. If you did not listen, the stream will be up afterwards and you can go and re-watch it. Geeks, actually make a note for Mo to clip that. We can clip that as well, put it in the Discord.
You like thinking over there, Chris?
I wanna grab this GJ. Just waiting for it. But I'm trying to see how we can get in if it just runs away from us. So I'm looking at Friday's low, but the ideal scenario is for a retest of the Asia lows. So I'm going to be patient. It is Monday. I'm not going to force the matter. I'm just going to go ahead while we wait.
Still waiting.
Yeah, I'm just going to mark out my weekly pivots so long. And I know that's done.
So, just out of interest sake, has any of you guys like low-key been doing the $100 challenge? If so, is anyone like being successful in it so far?
$100 challenge. I got clipped on the first 2 tries. I went all in. I'm starting this week with my 3rd one. Keegan has now successfully did, I think, 125%. So grab the lead right there.
Let's just see if I can stay in the lead or if I'm gonna go kablooey.
No, I think technically you should be good now.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I mean, because I think even if we stick to the same risk, I've technically got like 4 shots now, so it's pretty comfortable.
Yes, they're almost done with this 4-hour pivots, guys. This is unfortunately some of the hard work we need to do as traders. This is most probably the hardest you'll work as a trader. Marking your levels.
You know, guys, and we'd love to know also for those of you that were in-house on Friday for the event with Jay. I'd love to hear some of your feedback as well, what you guys thought, if you enjoyed it, if it was insightful, whatever you guys really thought about the event, if you were here.
Yeah, we're gonna have another one next week, Friday. This week we've got Garen Hool on either Wednesday or Thursday. No, but you're away on Thursday, Keeks. When do you guys leave?
Yeah, we leave Thursday, so I think we'll probably most likely do Wednesday.
Garen Hool in the house. And when I talk about the house, the live stream.
Yeah, guys, so that should be a very, very good one. Again, it's something you don't want to miss. Whether you are a very beginner trader or a proper veteran in the war, you don't want to miss it. He really has got some proper key bombshells to drop for you guys and information you guys don't want to miss out on. So yeah, that will most likely be Wednesday, but we will put out the advert on Wednesday, whatever you want to call it, or before that.
Guys, get ready. I'm gonna potentially pull the trigger here on GU shorts. Let me just mark out the daily. Okay, we flipped on the daily. Okay, Friday's low. That's gonna be our vantage point.
So Chris, just before you do that, so what are you sitting at now in your profit challenge?
4.5%.
Okay, I feel like we give you 1%, and if it doesn't go your way, you call it on GU for the day.
No, I wouldn't go double. No, I'm not gonna.
Yes, it's like Chris and this pair. It's like a naughty child.
GU.
Okay, Bianca, I see your message. I will check in for the messages. Yeah, I'm quite terrible with my phone. So, no, I will check the message and get back to you.
Guys, I'm going half risk on this, just to let you know. I'm going to add on the pullback. Just letting you guys know. I'm going half. We haven't tested the Asia lows yet, so gonna go off here. If it runs, it runs. If not, that's also fine. So going off as soon as this candle closes, and I'm in. I clipped it right here. Going with a 15 pip stop. And looking to add on the retest of the Asia lows. Low hanging fruit, S1. Not gonna push the matter on this. Going with S1 that is sitting at 12360. Let's round it up. 12360, that is the target. Let's see on the retest of the Asia lows, that's where I'll potentially add. GJ already running away, Friday lows, so can't do much there unless we get a retest of the Asia lows. Guys, I'm quickly gonna run to the bathroom. Follow us on Instagram, links are in the description. Join the Discord, also in the description. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so that you are notified when we go live. A lot of times we do a pop-up stream, especially during news events, so that you can get notified on that. And I will see you guys now. I'm going to leave you with Keegs' screen so you can maybe entertain you there with something that he's got going on.
Yeah, guys, so for those that can see now, this was the trade I was talking about earlier on EJ. So I didn't get in on it, I actually set it up. It was something I wanted to look at for a bit later. But yeah, we're basically testing this neckline over here. So if you look on the 4 hour, you can see exactly where I'm going with this. So again, we had almost this range in market over here with little breakouts the whole time. Then we had this massive gap. So basically a lot of this momentum, I just believe, was purely because we had to fill that. Because the minute we got here, we hit the weekly pivot. It started turning around, came back, we broke under. So now the key point for me was this closer right here, okay? So when you go over to a daily, you'll see, there we go. That daily closed underneath. Yes, we had another bullish day after that, but again, we had, look at this candle. You had to fill some of it. End of the day, you had to fill it. It's kind of undeniable. But when you go back to the 4 hour, you can already see it had one strong push and already started to lose all that momentum. So now we kind of got that entry. I was hoping for maybe a little bit more of a pull and a bit of a pull back again. Who knows, I might still get it. But this will just be a bit more of a comfortable type of swing trade. Not really swing, maybe I'll swing it. But if I can get a re-entry around about this area, I'll hold it all the way down. Because, yeah, so there you can see it's your daily support, but also weekly support is here. So it just lined up perfectly. But again, you could aim to take out the lows. That's the whole point of it. So you could even aim almost S2 if you wanted to, because realistically, if it follows structure, that is what it should do. And again, this is just me pushing it, but otherwise you guys could even have set your stop loss above these highs here, because obviously again, I always say your stop loss should be set in a point that should invalidate your trade. So if it took out these highs, you are going to start having a change of character and a break of structure. So you could set it above there, but being conservative, I just place it there. But again, I'm not in this trade yet. It is just a trade idea at the moment.
My volume very low. That's weird. Chris, your volume is really low. Keeks, just ask Mo there to check the volume on the stream. Someone mentioned that my volume is very low.
Okay, the big boss is on it. He is checking.
Let's check here. Shouldn't be low though. Okay, I can hear you good. Sweet. Alright guys, I haven't added my other half of the position. I want to see some type of rejection coming back outside of the Asia range. Otherwise, I will be closing this as soon as we hold Asia lows. So no added positions as of yet. DXY also making some type of U-turn here after retesting Asia highs twice. So that does not necessarily bode well for our position, but I'm going to monitor it. Alright guys, what I want to see with the next 5 is some type of engulfing. Then I will add my other half. If we get something like this, an engulfing candle, and the next candle closes bullish, breaking structure to the upside, I will just close out this position, because then we are definitely not going lower. Or this can just push up straight to take us out, and then we only took 0.5% knock. But again, if we can fail here at Asia lows, I'm more than happy to hold onto the position and potentially add. So also DXY would need to hold the daily pivot level. So I would want to see either the next 5 or the next 2 5-minute candles do something like this. Close back above the daily pivot and then obviously clear Asia highs. you don't get that, the trade is not valid. So I'm just letting you guys know. Any retests on the Asia low that holds, I will then close out my position for a net loss of 2.5 pips due to the fact that we only went half. Two minutes, guys. Let's see if we can reject Asia lows. If we can't close below here, I'm letting you guys know now that I am going to kill the trade. Net minus 3 pips. I want to see this candle reject, give us some type of engulfing candle.
Something I actually wanted to ask is, so majority of our viewers, are you guys personal funded traders, or do you guys do you funded challenges? Have you guys tried funded challenges? Like, what is the majority of the traders we have?
Funding or self-funded? That is the question. Guys, I'm killing the trade right here. Just letting you know. Kill the trade right there. -5 pips. I'll look for a re-entry if we get some type of structure break lower. DXY also failing to regain the pivot. Rejection at Asia highs. Can't deny the fact that we rejected Asia highs. Also failed to hold the pivot. So net -5 pips. That is basically 0.3% knock on my side. I've got 1 private and 2 prop self-funding. Sean Orange funded on a prop firm, self-funded, but still need to pass on prop. Volmar.
Okay, so it seems like it's a nice mix.
On a 10k challenge now. I do feel that we've talked about this quite a few times. The prop firm does really need give you a very good opportunity. Basically, the profits you make waiting for Vault Markets funding. All right. I do feel like if you're making money on a prop firm, keep some funds aside. Like you've seen what happened with MFF. Let's say in the case where the prop firm closes down, you do have your personal funds to trade with. Let's maybe ask this question, guys. How much funding do you need to go full-time? Not in a prop firm, in your own fund, self-funded. How much funding would you say would you need to comfortably go full-time? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Need 3%, 100k dollars or rands? Let's just make it clear, rands or dollars. And then the next question is, what percentage would you need to make consistently? What percentage are you comfortable in making every month?
Sure. We got some big ballers here in the chat. 50 to 100k in dollars.
Oh, Ruben.
So that's 10 to 20% a month. Yes, actually, we got ballers here. They're clapping out insane numbers.
Week 3 average 12% monthly. All right. You can technically go full time with 200k. If you've got your risk metrics, and let's say for instance, on average, you win, let's say 3 out of every 5 trades. Let's just take a random example. And you can basically, you don't have to put all of your funds in there, and you can trade it as if it's a 2 million Rand account. You just need to make sure that you don't blow the 200k, but you can technically go full time with 200,000 Rand, even if your expenses are, say, 50 to 75,000 Rand a month. No, 200,000 Rand. If you've got your data, you don't need a lot of money in a trading account to make money, believe me. %30 profit a month. Yes, almost. 30%.
Looks like clapping the numbers out.
Okay, next question then. What would your percentage risk be per trade? On your self-funded account. Okay, Ruben, yeah, that's decent. Sean Orange, 5 to 10% depending on the setup. Yes, Sean. You're gonna get some
That's definitely self-funded because you're not doing that on a funded account.
No.
Yo.
But to be fair, if you've got your stats and you've got your data, 5 to 10% is not a lot if you self-funded. Let's say, for instance, you don't put all of your funds in your trading account. But let's say, for instance, you've got R1 million worth of capital in the bank. You can put 100k in and trade it as if it's a R1 million. So you don't put all of your funds in the broker. You take 10%, but you trade it as if it's $1 million. A very good stock trader I know makes on average between 3 to 5 million per year, and his account size is literally this, his working capital in his trading account, 50k. But by saying that, he's willing to get clipped by 50k on the day. Keeks, would you prefer self-funded or would you prefer funding? Do you think mentally it's easier to trade prop firms capital than, say, having your own 100k account? Or
So my outlook on the whole thing is, I always said the end goal, okay, even with prop firms, is to put enough capital that I could match that account with personal funds. That's the end goal. But I do believe like the capabilities and what funding allows is a great platform for people that you can put in so minimal and get an account size that's insane, that gives you that capital to trade with. So I do believe it's a great platform, but the thing for me is what I always say to people is, if you go over, like let's just say if you're a random trader now, one of you in the chat, and I gave you a 3 million, 2 million, 1 million Rand trading account, I'll put money on 90% of you're going to blow it. All of that. But I feel when you come back from a prop firm, once you've done a prop firm or done a funded challenge, because of those rules, it teaches you how to manage that account size. So it teaches you how to look after the account, not just make profits, but how to look after the account that you don't lose it. So I do think like that's the benefits of it. But in the long term, I would, like I say, want to be personal funded with a massive account, if that makes sense.
But do you think it will mess around with your psychology, knowing like it's your own cash?
Nah, I don't think so. Because end of the day, like I think that's the thing. You can't get greedy. So because, for example, like I was saying, it's just because it's your cash now, you're not going to start risking 10% a trade. You're not going to start doing stupid shit like that. So I think maybe the days where you have the really bad days and you lose, let's say 4% in a day, that's going to hurt a lot more than it used to, because you know that's 4% of your cash. Like you actually lost that now. Um, but I don't think psychology is going to go completely like out the window. I think also the thing that is nice about it is the whole idea is, like, for guys that don't know, with funded, you obviously you have your payout time. So in the beginning it's 30 days, and after that it's bi-weekly. But it's bi-weekly, you get paid out, then it's like a 2-day cycle to get paid, and then you get your money. So where if it's personal, I mean, depending on your broker, you could have it the same day or even just the next day. So I think that's also the big difference in how the payouts can happen.
But the beauty of a prop firm is once you get your first payout and you get your refund, it's technically risk free.
Yeah, that's free money. You're not there's nothing at risk for you.
In essence, it is a completely risk free account to you. That's why the model of prop firms is so good. Once you receive your first payout, you got the refund on a challenge. Whatever you make after that, it's house money, technically.
I always say to guys, when you once you go live, literally make 1% if you have to, and then sit out for that 30 days, just so you can get your payout and get your refund. And like you say, then the account's risk free. So yes, you've got 1%, and you got your money, and you get the bonuses you made from phase 1 and phase 2. So you get like a lump sum back. And then after that, you've kind of also set out that long 30-day period. So moving forward, now you can actually trade risk free, and you'll get your payouts a lot quicker to keep that money flowing again then.
Interesting, guys. Yeah, could have maybe given this a chance, but no, I don't like the fact that we are rejecting Asia highs. But let's see, maybe I was a little bit quick on the trigger, but yeah, I'm not going to look for any re-entries on this. The ideal re-entry would have been something like this, where we created support on the Asia lows, pushed up again, created like some type of top, then the structure break. But yeah, nothing. I'm chalking this idea unless we get some type of rejection here. Also, the 80 was not fully bearish as of yet. I preempted that sell a little bit there, expecting the 80 to push down. But I do feel like we can get a lot of volume as soon as we take out Friday's low, this low right here. You could see a lot of volume coming into the market.
Yeah, moment, I see your question. It's a bit of a touchy topic. We don't like to talk about that. I was with my Forex fund, so right now my account is frozen. I can't do anything with it. So Chris, what not talking about this here, we were talking about the whole how much we risk per trade and stuff. Do you believe there's a time for aggressive trading and conservative, or do you feel that you should kind of always just stick to one?
No, so I don't believe in there's a time to be aggressive. I do feel there's a time to rather leave your trades to run longer, but in terms of risk, I don't feel like your risk should be a variable, because again, it comes to that subjectivity. Because a lot of times you can feel like, oh, the market is doing this, or you're on a high, and you go 5% risk and you get clipped, and then all of a sudden you've basically lost, say, an entire week's worth of profit. So I would say when we talk about aggressive, I'll say there's more time to, say, leave a trade to run, for instance, like if there's volume, or even add a position, but no risk. I would say keep it the same. And you?
So my thing is it's kind of something I started doing only later on, I think because of experience. I would always say, like, I would get aggressive in the sense of, like, let's say a prop challenge. My first trade, I'll risk 2% because I'm break even. But if I take that loss, that already gets mitigated out the window, and I'll go to 0.5% until I'm back there, or even just till I'm 1% down and I'll risk 1% again. But let's say I go up like 1%, then I'll still be like, okay, I'll risk 2% again, but if I win, I'm 3%, so I'll risk 2%, or 3%. No, I'd be 4% too. Yeah, somehow, 4%. Sorry, okay, that makes sense. Now 4%. So I would risk 2% because I have 2% in the bag. But if I take a loss, same thing. I mitigate it. I'll go back down, but this time I'll only go down 1%, not to 0.5%, because you still are at 2% in profit. So obviously, it's that whole idea of just managing risk. But there is things like now with the challenge, I do think I do go a bit aggressive, but that's just in the initial stage. I think after you do get that bit of comfortability, you can like chill out and relax.
All right, guys, as mentioned, there goes GU. Let's see if the volume is going to pump through. I know Laz held onto this trade 100%. Laz, just be honest. You added you're currently in profit. Just be honest with the team here.
Yo, I swear Laz does you dirty every single time.
Bro, I can feel it. I can see Laz through the chat. That man stacked GU. But again, guys, this is a key level. This is a previous weekly low. So quite a big level. Not gonna lie to you guys, this is a massive level. Either gonna see price reject here and really start aggressively move higher, or you're gonna actually see us create like some type of structure here and you're gonna get the flush down, but nothing for me. I took my shot there. I wanted price to actually continue down. I would have loved for it to just do a straight move down on the Monday. But if you are still in, just be very careful. This is a previous weekly low, and you would want to see volume continue lower here. You don't want to see any rejections at that weekly low. Any rejections here, we're going high. Also to note that DXY again at the Asia highs. So if DXY fails here, I do think we can get the pullback. So just saying, not a recommendation, but just what I see.
Yeah, just answer one of the questions or question statement I saw earlier about the FOMC. Did you take it away?
No.
Maybe deleted the message. I swear I saw it earlier, but he was basically just mentioning that the week
Oh yeah, I
of
retracted.
FOMC, the what's the name? That the volume is kind of a bit slower, and it definitely is. It does slow down ahead of FOMC.
Yeah, the thing with FOMC is there's usually two things that happen. They will drive the market into one direction. The news will come out either as expected, and that entire drive Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will then basically be retraced because it was already priced in. So the retail market is seeing one thing, and I don't know if you've seen it, like news technically should push the dollar up. It's like, oh, this is what is expected. We need to go up, this, that, and the market literally goes the opposite end because they've already priced it in, and now retail's late to the party. So I'll always keep that in mind in terms of the market is going to push one way and FOMC is going to push it in another direction.
Chris, quick one. What was your buys for USD?
Weekly is bullish, but daily is bearish.
Okay, yeah, you are the same as me.
Yeah, daily I'm expecting bearish. Weekly is also a little bit tricky. I'm just looking at that wick. So maybe like full even 50% of it. But weird thing is Nasdaq is bearish on the week for me. Like completely bearish.
Yeah, so the thing is for me is just the fact that weekly you got that bearish or weekly candle, and when you go daily, then you got a massive bearish candle. So either way, you got to actually fill it. But yeah, funny enough, I also am bullish weekly, but daily, I think it could play out. Like depending how it moves, especially with FOMC, that could hit like a neutral point for me. And then what happens after FOMC, I might change my bias. But for now, yeah, I'm still bearish for the day.
Still running GU, Ruben. Yeah, just monitor this level, guys. I would say this zone right here, key. You don't want to see anything coming back above this. Depending if you added positions or where your average is, I would say go break even. If you entered on our original position right here, I would have gone break even now. Because you literally want to see the volume come in at a daily low. This was Friday's daily low, also the weekly low. You don't want to see anything coming back above. If anything is coming back above, very likely we can push back up. So just letting you guys know.
I'm actually looking now. Do you see there's actually a gap on USD?
Yeah, the gap up.
Yeah, gap up. Quite a big one. Because it doesn't look that big on the 15. But when you go over to like the 1 hour and you can look at where those candle opens are, yes, that's a big gap. I mean, 34,620 to 34,640. So you already got like 20 pip gap there. Chris, did you ever use trend lines like ever in your strategy?
Sure, dude. I think I told some of you like the best win rate I had, and the biggest gain I've made was with trend lines. Believe it or not.
You know, as much as also I hate them now, like I hate them with a passion. I was the same thing, like especially like NAS and USD trend lines, and you just draw like the breakouts of the trend lines, and yes, you actually clap it.
So I didn't get a lot of trades. I took the 4 hour and daily time frame. And let's say, for instance, let me show you. So I used the wicks. So let's say price did something like this. It would go up there. I used to buy the third touch. That was my thing. Like retail showed like 3 touches, then it's valid. I bought the third touch. I had like pendings. I would like almost scope it out, and I would see, okay, the next 4 hourly, we're gonna clip it there, put in my pendings, buy limits, 30 pip stop, and then 1 to 1, and then a 1 to 2 for the runner.
You know, I wonder who came up with the whole 3-touch thing, because have you noticed in trading, a lot of the time we use the 3-touch rule. So, like your support and resistance, like I was always taught, like to have a valid support and resistance area, it needs to have a minimum 3 touches or 3 closures or whatever on that support and resistance. Then you got the trend lines. Then you got, like we always talk about, like earlier with the whole thing with gold and that breakaway. You're gonna have like 3 retests, and then the third one's gonna be the one that's gonna break away, and it always was 3.
Also, if you think about it, Elliott wave talks about the 3 impulsive waves. So you've got your 3 impulsive legs, the 1, the 2, the 3. Your corrections usually happen in 3 wave structures. That's a 3. Geeks, anything on your side you're looking at?
No, nothing. I was looking at a possible long on gold, and yeah, it broke away. But that's like I said to you guys. So you either were just gonna literally monitor it, because it could have broken away at the top and just held there, but now it is eventually coming down for that low again. So yeah, that's the only I was watching, but nothing I possibly gonna trade this London session.
I've got the bladder of a pregnant lady, so I'm just gonna run. Gonna leave you. Gonna leave you with Keeks. I'll be back in a minute. Monday to Friday. Follow us on IG, and I will see you guys now. Keeks, don't show them that 100 RR runner you still have from. Where did you buy gold? I think it was 1750. Don't show them that.
Yeah, that's like the VIP group. That's how investing, guys. Long term. So, hey. Yeah, guys, that's our investing group. Oh, there I see. Yeah, So, keys in my frame is a bit low. Did you manage to take the CJ on Friday? CJ. Did I say I was taking the CJ? I can try quickly actually up my mic a bit for you guys. Yeah, so let me know if that sounds a bit better. Try it up in it a bit for you. But yeah, no, I don't trade CJ. So did I maybe do a buy for it on Friday for someone? I can't remember. But no, I didn't trade CJ. As you guys can see, that is my watch list here. Let me just move that out of the way for you. This is literally it, guys. This is all I trade. This is my bread and butter. So dollar is just to obviously keep in touch with what's happening. Gold's my baby, and then when it comes to currencies, it's EJ, GJ, GU. Every now and again, I will bring in USD, JPY to keep things interesting, and then obviously US30. So I don't trade funded accounts on US30. US30 is purely for my challenge accounts and like personal accounts and stuff like that. Then I only trade US30. But my funded, I do currencies and gold. So yeah, that's it. But Finder Pro is offering all the. Oh damn! Is that true? Like, is that a like legit thing? Um, but then how do they know you my Forex Line client? Do you have to give like a customer code or something like that? Um, but damn, maybe I'll check that out. I've actually never used them, so I don't know what their platform's like, how good it is. But we'll definitely check it out and see. Maybe I'll do something there. We obviously have some stuff in the works. So at this point in time, like I was busy with another challenge a while ago, but I actually got like not like recent, like long ago. I was very aggressive in that trade, so I actually got quite like low down in the account. Tried to always bring it back, and that one I think, when was it? A week, 2 weeks ago. I blew it. So I only have like the one other challenge I'm still busy with. Otherwise, yeah, at this point in time, until the other news we have is coming out, I am just basically doing personal funds at the moment. But yeah, I'll definitely check that one out. Oh, is that serious? Because I've been funded. Yeah, my forex funds. I was funded for 5 months. Well, I still am funded. Obviously the account says frozen. But yeah, no, that's hectic. Actually, no, I'll definitely check that out. That's quite interesting. Yeah, Chris, just update there what we're talking about in the chat. I mean, you can go read that. But have you ever heard of Funder Pro?
I have. They actually sponsor a F2 team.
Oh, so they are like legit.
Yeah, I'll give you a little backstory offline, but yeah, Funder Pro, you'll actually see on their website the team that they sponsor. It's a F2 team. Where the heck is it? It's a guy from the UK that owns a desert, the F2 team. Ollie Behrman. I will give you the backstory on them, but yeah, they are legit. Yeah, a lot of guys doing marketing on the back of my Forex fund's downfall. But yeah, it's a dog eat dog world out there when it comes to these funded accounts. So guys, my last bullet for the day will go on UJ. And just to let you guys know that if this 5-minute candle can close bullish above this previous area of resistance right here, I'll be executing. We've maintained the daily pivot. We've now broken back inside of the Asia range, but I would need this 5-minute to close strong bullish. Then I will be executing, and my target low hanging fruit will be last week's high, 147.95. That will be my last bullet for the day. GU for the guys still holding. Nice rejections off the zone. DXY ever currently struggling at Asia highs. So interesting. Very, very interesting, but I do feel if we can close above there and hold it, we can see this thing drive. But UJ, I need a little bit of a stronger candle than that, and then I will execute. If not, no execution, but I just need a nice strong candle there. Everything is valid according to my rules. AD is bullish, daily bias is bullish, weekly bias is bullish. You can see there AD nicely curving to the upside, still holding it, so nothing against my rules. If I take a loss, that is also fine, but I am willing to take a squeeze on it, so just letting you guys know. All right, 20 seconds. Can we hold above the daily pivot? Let's see. Executing on the close of this candle right here. Last bullet for the session. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm in. Took a long on the close of that candle. 20 pip stop. Targeting last week's high up here. 1-to-1. May the volume be with us. GU, my TP was set at S1, 1236. So I think it would have been 26 pips, 22 pips. Yeah. That would have been my target. The only real thing I'll monitor on UJ is any retests on the pivot. If we can hold, I'm happy with that. Any type of rejections here, for instance, let's say we come down lower and we do something like this, I will just clip it. But everything according to my rules. Check out the Discord. This is just a bullish continuation trade. I can actually maybe show you guys on the Discord as well. There's a trade we've been taking for quite some time. Just a simple break of structure above the pivot. Accumulation distribution is bullish. At the Asia lows, we've already taken Asia lows, so all of this could have been manipulation. And we can see price push higher.
Yeah, because you can see now. So I did check out that Thunder Pro thing. So one thing I don't like is I understand you have to prove it, but I have to give them like all my account details. So you have to give them literally your password, your account number, your server thing, everything that they can literally sign in on the account.
Can't you just give them the investor password?
They want everything. The trading platform, account number, investor password, and trading server. So they have full access to that account if I give them those details.
I think it's worth a shot. But let's chat after the stream. I'll chat to you afterwards.
Yeah.
I know who the owner is, so but let's chat afterwards. I'm buying UJ and the assassin is selling it. Keegan asked that man what he's doing there. You should be buying it, not selling it. The assassin.
No, it should be interesting. The assassin's coming for you.
Oh shit. Shit, guys, the assassin is selling UJ.
Just only thing's delayed. I'm looking at your setup.
Yeah.
Why the hell is your bar so small and your stop loss is like 7 times the size?
The market hasn't, bro, this is 20 pips. Like, the market has not moved.
Oh, no, on my thing it hasn't loaded. Oh, there we go. No, on my side, it was showing on my screen, like, your TP was like this big, but your stop loss was like this.
Oh, no, I usually first pull the stop loss, and then I pull the TP. Oh shit, the assassin wants to take us out.
I'm not gonna add to it and add fuel to the fire, But remember, I was also looking to sell EJ. And EJ and GJ, I've always noticed they've gone quite hand in hand.
No, but this is UJ though.
Oh,
Yeah,
UJ,
this is UJ, yeah.
So I just remembered, sorry, I was remembering earlier you were also talking about
Oh,
selling
yeah. I wanted to sell GJ from here. Remember I said at the open I was hoping for it to push in here and then try and clip it there.
Yeah. Okay, yo, this is gonna be interesting.
So the assassin using me as entry liquidity. Ronald, at the end of the day, it's not really a rivalry. I would love for him to hit his TPs, but obviously this trade is everything according to my setup. So Javen is using, I think, this order block here. I think this is some type of order block. Session on Friday with Jay went very well. I think it was very good. I honestly think there was a lot of value shared in it. Jay did some technicals, but he focused more on the psychological side of it and also the numbers game that trading is. So I feel it went very, very well, Keeks.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why my thing was like freezing the whole time. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think it was very good. It was very like insightful, and I think the thing was what Jay did was, yes, he dropped a few like strategy things and a bit of how he looks at the market, but I think the key thing was he dropped a lot of things again, like if you want to call it the behind the scenes of trading. So what the guys majority of the time don't train to think about, which they need to think about. So yeah, I think it was quite insightful for the guys.
Let's quickly look at the 30-minute. 30-minute gonna close now. Hourly. Yeah, no, I still like this trade. We just need to hold above the pivot. I would say my cutoff line would be here, guys. So if we break below here, break and close below that level, I'll clip the trade for -5. If not, if we hold here and we push back above, I'm happy to hold the trade. So we can push into the zone and still close above. But any closures below here and I am clipping it. I want to see it hold this pivot level. And also DXY now breaking above the Asia highs. So could we see this push up? Think GU could make another new low. But let's see.
Yeah, so for my side, that EJ trade does seem to be holding. So if we do get another retest in that area, I will be entering short on EJ.
Sorry, Kicks, I'm just gonna share your screen. Just run the guys through it, if you will.
Just put my unmute. Okay.
And you are live.
Okay, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the trade I will be looking at. So originally, I literally set it up when we're actually on this little bullish candle, yeah. But I just wanted to wait for a little bit of confirmation. So again, when we start going to the higher time frames, you guys will see what I'm looking at. And on the week and the day, I am bullish. So purely because you can see we set this high here, and we had this massive bearish engulfing candle. We had the slight pullbacks, lower lows. Yeah, we made a new high, but that candle right there, we did close nicely, and again we had this bearish engulfing, which literally that was my confirmation. But again, so we had a 4-hour support, which you can see, yeah, it's a little bit skew, yeah. But you can see all the rejection. This is what we talk about, a strong candle closure. So again, yes, the next day was a bullish candle, but it had to fill this, so it kind of had to. There's no other way around that. So you can see also you got your pivots over there, which were retested. If we go to the 4-hour, I think, yeah, 4-hour, that was your weekly pivot actually. That, no, there it is now. So I think that was the last week's one. But at the moment, we're actually at this weekly pivot.
That's
So
your weekly pivot there. Actually, just drag.
yeah, I'm saying that's why this is last week's also,
Yeah,
I think.
flip. So
So
that
that
could.
is literally, there's your weekly pivot there, and that's why I was talking about this. When this sets up, you can take this all the way to S1. The reason, because also I am bearish, you're going to take out these lows, meaning your S1 is there. It's kind of a perfect TP. But again, when we talk about this, you got all momentum on your side. So when I always say to people, your dailies are bearish, your weeklies are bearish, your 4-hour is bearish. You can see that structure coming in. So that's just where I was coming. So yes, we had a key area. You can go up, but when we talk about the time frames being in sync, that's kind of what adds to the confluency of, there's more probability of it coming down than going up. So that is just personally why I'm going to look to go bearish there as well. So yeah, I'm now at this key area where you can see it's starting to get a lot of reaction off it and holding. We've now finally broken above, or below, sorry, and we're starting to retest it and hold that resistance now. So support has turned resistance, and that's what I was just waiting to see a confirmation of, which it is now holding. So yes, it's getting support from the daily pivot, but we also know the weekly pivot is right there, which is stronger. So like I said, if we can get a nice retest now, I'll look to go short and hold this all the way to weekly support, which was down there.
Shot kicks. Please also run us through Euro Aussie dollar. Let's quickly look at it for you.
So, Chris, if you don't mind, just also with EJ, I don't know if
Oh,
you
yeah, wait.
necessarily need to go back to my screen.
Okay, you're back on.
Yeah, but guys, just something I've noticed. So, this is something I've been backtesting for a while, and majority of the time, you'll see EJ likes to Asia session. It basically, he likes to be bearish or counter market. So, you can, most of the time, let's say if you are bearish, okay, like I am today, you'll see Asia session would have started bringing everything back up to start putting you in that area to sell off again. So like we are, it kind of had that little bit of a pullback. Where then I've noticed always in London and New York is where the volume will come in actually, and you'll get those big moves. So at this point in time, it's kind of a waiting game, but I do, and again, I did say this is more of a swing trade, because I am basically taking this trade purely off higher time frames. So again, that's just something interesting to look at with EJ in the future.
Alright guys, we are finally heading in the right direction on UJ. Let's see. Euro Aussie for the guy asking, are you in sells, Mutadi, or are you in buys? Just let me know. Alright, Euro Aussie for me clearly bearish due to the fact that we broke support right there. Weekly support broken, also closing below this previous weekly area where we tried to find some support, failed. So I'm bearish on the week for this. Looking left, first potential target, last week's low, and then after that you can target this area right here. Going down to a daily time frame, let's look at what we've got on the daily. So again, we can pull back for the next 2 days, even 3 days, to come and retest that area. Or you can get something like this today where you close bearish just below Friday's low, flat body open right there. Easy sells lower all the way down here. 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly look at what the 5 minute is doing. Currently bullish. Back inside the Asia range right here. Tested the daily pivot level. Started pushing bullish. So I would say you can potentially look for buys on Asia lows. Targeting basically what was this Friday's high, and then after that a deeper pullback, I would say into this zone right here. That is what I am seeing on Euro Aussie. Mutadi, I hope that it helped. UJ doing the old switcheroo, TXY shitting the bed. Alright guys, I want to see this next 5 minute full. I want to see closures above here. Otherwise, I am exiting this trade. I want to see this wick full. I want to see a bullish candle hold. Otherwise, I'm out of this, and I would say this area right here needs to hold. Anything 5 minute below here. 5 minute candle closure like this, and I am out. What is that? 5 pips. Is messing around here at the daily pivot. DXY also back at Asia highs, also coming down quite hard, but let's see. 3 minutes, guys. We need to hold this level. If not, I'm out.
Chris,
Uh,
I hate to break it to you, but at this rate, it looks like you're losing your office.
oh, Jeeve, the assassin. Javen is currently running 2 pips in profit. He sold the daily pivot. I'm trying to buy it.
It's still anyone's game. It ain't over till the fat lady sings or someone's stop loss gets hit.
It's all fun and games till you eat a stop loss. Now, I still like the trade, as long as we hold the structure, like we can create some type of range here before the next move up. I definitely just want to see some type of closure above, say on the next 5, something like that. If we get another rangy candle, let's say a bullish candle that basically fails to break structure higher, I'm closing this. One of my trading rules is if price ranges around a pivot and I'm in it, get out. Or the other case is if we close 5 minutes below here, I'm also out of the trade. So it needs to hold this level if we're going to continue bullish. This can still just be a pullback. Also to come and retest this previous area right there. If not, Timothy, potential sells on GU. No, not for me, bud. We're quite a bit away from the daily pivot. I wanted to get it as close as possible to Asia lows. This becomes a little bit risky for me. It can work, but yeah, not for me. This for me is the better setup. I'm getting it close to the pivot, close to Asia low. We just need to get back above the Asia lows, otherwise this thing can flush down and even shorts could work out. Also keeping in mind that Monday, Tuesday usually creates the low or the high of the week. So even if I'm bullish on the week, Monday, Tuesday should technically push down to create the bottom wick for the week to then continue higher. So very high probability we don't get our trade that we're looking for here, but it is a valid setup. I can't be subjective in terms of the setup being valid. This setup is completely valid according to my rules, so that's why I took it. But again, the short side could also play out. I'm just managing my risk in terms of looking at the smaller time frame structure. And like I mentioned, let's say this candle pushes bullish, retest, fails there, and the next 5 minutes does something like this, then obviously we've now shifted to bearish order flow. But looking at a line chart, for instance, you can clearly see that we have started to take out highs. So we've created another high there. So the expectation would be for us to now push up and break that high from this consolidation. But let's see.
Yo, Chris, you're gonna have to watch out there. Jevon's phone, his Tommy's in Cape Town. They're gonna bring some volume into the market now.
They're gonna sell it.
They're gonna pump the cells.
One more minute. If we close below here, I'm clipping the trade. If we hold above, we are still good, and this can just be the consolidation before the next move up. Other than that, Jevon's sells are looking good from 147.71. Currently running 3 pips in profit.
Yo, I'm thinking about it now. Hey, you showed that man the pivots, and he's never looked back. He sees a pivot, he sells off it or buys off it.
GJ currently holding Friday's low, and GU coming back inside of Friday's low as well. DXY giving us an old fakeroo here. Guys, I am clipping that trade. UJ. I'm clipping that trade right there. What is that? Clipped it right there, 5 pips.
Chris. Apparently, I was gonna say I saw that message. Yeah, my camera is frozen on your stream.
Really?
But no, my name is not Carl. It's Keegan. But we appreciate for letting us know.
What the flip?
It looks fine on my side. Like now, if I'm looking at my screen, I'm fine.
I see it is frozen here on my side. That is very weird. Let me just check it out here.
I'm doing the mannequin challenge.
Oh shit, Keegan.
Can you remember what was that song that came? Yes, the Harlem Shake. There we go.
Keeks, you should be fine now.
Yeah, I'm fine. The good old times.
Alright guys, that is it for me in terms of the trading. Minus, what is it, 10 pips on the day? Yeah, 5 pips on the sells, 5 pips on the buys. We failed to hold the daily pivot. Starting to trade lower now. And it is Monday. Actually quite naughty to trade on Monday, but again, if the setup's there, you have to execute. Last Monday we clipped the GJ sells for 80 pips, so can't stay away from the action. I would however say later on in the session, if we get back above here, I'm still keen to grab it. Other than that, nothing else for me on the session. Keeks, any closing remarks from your side? Anything you're looking at?
For now, guys, as mentioned, I will post in the Discord proper setup of it. But I'm just looking at the shorts on EJ, which I might hold the whole day. I might hold for 2 days, but we'll see how that goes. And then just US City for New York session. Might get a nice sell in there as well. But again, that's always just reactive. I know the area I'm looking for, and then we just react to what we are given.
Keeks, you maybe want to share your view on US30? I don't think we ran. I don't think we ran through US30. Let's. And you are live.
Okay, guys. So basically, I always keep US30 very simple for you guys. Don't like to overcomplicate it. It's a nice breakout market. It doesn't really like to range. So obviously we had the big breakout, big sell-off. So if you remember, this was a key area in that breakout, and we're back here. So now we're under it again. Same thing, we're at Asia lows. So that key area is also basically Asia highs. Asia highs is basically over there roughly. So all I'm going to look for is I want to get into this area again by New York session and see where we close in. So I like to either look for it or even probably like the hour before. If we can get a nice retest. So that's the one thing I had someone actually ask me about that when I said a video on my story, and I did the setup also in the group. Someone asked me, but there was previous times it was closing like over here. So why doesn't that count as close below? I want the retest. So I needed to go to it, touch it, like physically, guys. I want to see a candle like that there. I want to see something. It needs to tap into that zone in close to New York session. So last time it did, when we had the big buy, remember I showed you guys that on Friday. When this tap in came out, that was literally at like 245. So very close to New York session. So that's why it was valid. Same thing, yeah. If we can get that tap in and retest, kind of close in this area, and that's where I'm saying if we either then start retest it and close below, I will sell. If we can break through, close above, I'm gonna look to buy. So both are valid, but as always, it's a very, because of the volume that's going to come in, it can either pump down all the way to weekly support, or it can retest, get the weekly pivot, and go all the way back up to weekly res. That's the thing with US30, it can make these moves in literally one session. This was, I think, 2 sessions that made this, or 1 session made the whole up and down. So this is a very realistic move it can make. Same to the downside. So it's a very nice area for a good solid trade to come in either way. But like I say, I'm going to wait for New York session, and that is the zone I'm going to wait for my reactions off. So either you guys can take a screenshot, or close to the time, I'll see if I can get a screenshot and I'll post it in the Discord for you guys. But that is what I'll be looking for. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Good thing though, also why I am bearish in it. If you guys can see, we have all this bearish momentum. Look at that. Nice strong bearish, so we are back in like this little ranging area. But we had a bearish, a little bit of a pullback. But the thing is, if you look at this pullback, neither of them were strong candles. Neither of them. small bullish bodies with massive wicks to the upside. Guys, that's the thing. Remember, all candles, every single candle tells a story. This one never had a lot of power. Tried to get up there, and the bears pushed them back down. They tapped into this zone. That's where they got their power and liquidity. They tried to go up again. Bears pushed them back down. They closed with this little body. If you look even how we stand now, the bears have rejected again, and they've already got a bigger body. That's already, compared to that, it's an engulfing candle. Keep that in mind. And you've taken that out. Now you've got all this candle wick down here. You see this? That is why I'm saying they tell the story. Your cells are very good. Even if you break that zone, look there, you've still got all this over here. And there comes that weekly support. So that is why it might look in a way unrealistic, but you've got all this to give you strength to carry that push all the way down to the bottom over here. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it, see what happens, and that can be a target for the day, can be a target for the next 2 days. But I do believe once we break away again, we are either flying to the upside again or flying to the bottom side. So just keep an eye, be patient, and you should be quite profitable if you can catch these trades. My goal is, I will say, be patient. You catch it at the right time, right place, you can hit your weekly target of one trade, guys. I always say that. So don't rush it, don't force it. Let the market come to you and let it give you what you're looking for.
Alright, so Keeks giving you guys the juice there for this afternoon. Keeks, when I was starting the NYSE streams, dude.
You know what, I actually think I'll talk to you about it off stream, but I think we have a very good idea when we can start it. So I think either maybe tomorrow we can kind of give them an answer on that one, but I think I have a good idea when to start it.
Am I hearing slot machines in the background? Alright, Chad, it is Monday. We took two shots. We got our little dopamine hit for the day, minus 10 pips, minus 5 on the sells here on GU, minus 5 on the sells on the buys on UJ. I still like the bullish idea. If we can get back above, everything was pointing bullish, but again, we are very trading against last week's high. Also, again, if you look at the weekly, massive wick fill to the downside potentially as well. So just keeping that in mind. UJ, we didn't get our trade. I would have loved to short this right here. I still told you guys while we were arranging here, I hope it is not running away from us. But ultimately, that is fine. There's going to be a lot of opportunities this week. FOMC, take it easy. Don't rush into anything. There's no need to rush your trades. Potential NYSE stream incoming. US 30, we still have that open gap right there. But Chad, that is a stream for Monday. I really appreciate all of you coming in to join us. We will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place, same energy. Let's go. See you guys tomorrow.
Peace out, guys.